Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Nathalie Baye is one of France's most respected and versatile actresses, whose career has spanned over 5 decades across film, television, and stage. Known for her understated elegance, emotional depth, and ability to shift seamlessly between mainstream cinema and auteur-driven projects, she has built a reputation as both a critical favorite and a popular star. Early life and training. Nathalie Marie Andrée Baye was born on July 6, 1948, in Mainneville, France. Initially drawn to dance, she studied ballet at the Rosella Hightower School in Monaco before moving to Paris. There, she attended the Conservatoire National Supérieur d'Art Dramatique, where she trained in acting, laying the foundation for her transition from dance to the screen. Rise in French cinema. Baye's first appearances were small roles in the early 1970s. But she quickly caught the attention of major French directors. She collaborated with François Truffaut, who cast her in Day for Night, Nuit, américaine, 1973. A film that introduced her to international audiences. By the late 1970s, she was working with filmmakers like Maurice Pialat, Jean-Luc Godard, and Bertrand Tavernier, carving out a space in both commercial and arthouse cinema. Critical acclaim and awards. Nathalie Baye became one of the most decorated actresses in French cinema, winning 4 César Awards, France's equivalent of the Oscars, Best Supporting Actress for Every Man for Himself, Sauve qui peut, La Vie, 1980, and Strange Affair, Une étrange affaire, 1982. Best Actress for La Balance, 1982, and The Little Lieutenant, Le Petit Lieutenant, 2005. Her versatility is reflected in the range of her performances. She has portrayed everything from a seductive and mysterious figure to a weary police commander, a loving mother, or a woman struggling with personal demons. International recognition. Though she is primarily known in Europe, Baye's work reached international audiences through collaborations with major directors and actors. She appeared in John Woo's Catch Me If You Can, 2002, alongside Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, where she played DiCaprio's French mother. Collaborations and style. Throughout her career, Baye has worked with many of the most important names in French and European cinema: Jean-Luc Godard, Claude Chabrol, Agnès Varda, Xavier Beauvois, and Tony Marshall, among others. Her acting style is marked by subtlety and emotional honesty, often avoiding melodrama in favor of a more natural and layered presence on screen. Personal life. In the late 1970s, Baye was in a relationship with French rock icon Johnny Hallyday, with whom she had a daughter, Laura Smet, born 1983, who later became an actress herself. Baye has largely maintained a private personal life, focusing her public image on her career rather than celebrity culture. Legacy and ongoing career. Even in her 70s, Nathalie Baye continues to act in films, television, and theater, showing no signs of slowing down. She is regarded as one of the great dames of French cinema, often compared to figures like Catherine Deneuve and Isabelle Huppert. Though her style remains uniquely her own, her career stands as a testament to endurance, adaptability, and the art of nuanced performance, qualities that have made her both a beloved star and a serious actress in the eyes of critics and audiences alike. Breakthrough years, 1970s to 1980s. After Day for Night, 1973, Baye gained notice as an actress who could balance vulnerability with quiet strength. Her breakthrough came with Jean-Luc Godard's Every Man for Himself, 1980, where she played a prostitute in a performance that won her the César for Best Supporting Actress. This role marked a turning point. She began to take on more complex characters in French cinema. In the early 1980s, Baye starred in Bertrand Tavernier's A Week's Vacation, 1980, and Pierre Granier Defer's Strange Affair, 1981, showcasing her range. But it was Bob Swaim's crime drama La Balance, 1982, that solidified her reputation. Playing a tough, conflicted woman involved in the gritty Paris underworld, she won the César for Best Actress and established herself as one of France's premier leading ladies. Diversification and experimentation, late 1980s to 1990s, rather than staying confined to traditional dramatic roles, Baye experimented with diverse genres. She appeared in comedies such as Le Ballet Les Pins, 1990, directed by Diane Curies, and more psychological dramas like Jours tranquilles et clichés, 1990, adapted from Henry Miller's novel. By the 1990s, Baye had become a household name in France, admired for her naturalism and refusal to be typecast. She often gravitated toward stories about ordinary women facing extraordinary situations, which made her relatable to audiences. Resurgence and Maturity, 2000s. In 2005, Nathalie Baye delivered one of the defining performances of her later career in Xavier Beauvoir's The Little Lieutenant. As a police commander haunted by personal tragedy, she brought nuance and quiet authority to the role, earning her fourth César Award. The film was also critically praised for its realism and emotional depth. That same decade, she gained international recognition with a supporting role in Steven Spielberg's Catch Me If You Can, 2002, where she played Leonardo DiCaprio's French mother. Though brief, the role introduced her to new audiences outside France. Recent work, 2010s to 2020s. In recent years, Baye has remained an active and relevant presence in French cinema. She appeared in Laurent Cantit's Foxfire, 2012, It's Only the End of the World, 2016, directed by Xavier Dolan, which won the Grand Prix at Cannes, and Mocha, 2016. A psychological thriller alongside Emmanuelle Devos. She has also taken on stage work and television roles, reflecting her versatility and continued passion for acting well into her 70s. Artistic approach and style. Nathalie Baye's strength lies in her subtlety. Unlike more flamboyant actors, she rarely overplays emotions, instead relying on micro-expressions, silences, and body language to convey inner turmoil. She often portrays women at crossroads, torn between duty and desire, strength and fragility. Her background in dance gave her a sense of movement and physicality that she uses effectively on screen. Directors often cast her in roles requiring restraint, knowing she could deliver emotional intensity without theatricality. Influence and Legacy Awards and Honors. 4 César Awards, recognition at film festivals, and numerous nominations. Comparison with peers. While actresses like Catherine Deneuve and Isabelle Huppert are associated with a certain cool glamour or intellectual rigor, Baye is celebrated for her warmth, realism, and quiet magnetism. Cultural impact. She is considered part of the golden generation of French actresses who bridged the gap between the new wave cinema of the 1960s and contemporary French film. Mentorship. As the mother of actress Laura Smet, Baye has also been seen as a symbolic figure of generational continuity in French acting. Filmography highlights and career evolution. 1970s, beginnings and early recognition. Day for Night, La Nuit américaine, 1973, Der. François Truffaut. Baye's role as Joël, the script supervisor, was modest but significant. This Oscar-winning film introduced her to a global audience, and critics noted her natural charm and authenticity. The Outlaws, Les Varians. 1970s TV, film work. She worked in smaller roles across TV and film, gradually developing her craft. Her training in ballet gave her a sense of discipline and poise, which carried into her early screen presence. 1980s, stardom and César success. Every Man for Himself, Sauve qui Payet, La Vie, 1980, Jean-Luc Godard, playing Isabelle, a prostitute navigating survival. Baye brought tenderness and dignity to a role that could have been one-dimensional. She won her first César here. A Week's Vacation, Une Semaine de Vacances, 1980. Bertrand Tavernier. As a teacher re-evaluating her life, Baye displayed vulnerability and quiet strength, cementing her status as a leading actress. Strange Affair, Une étrange affaire, 1981. Pierre Granier de Fer, another César-winning role, this time in a psychological drama, where she played a woman caught in a toxic web of professional and personal relationships. La Balance, 1982, Bob Swaim. This gritty urban thriller gave her one of her defining performances, a strong yet conflicted woman involved with a police informant. Winning Best Actress at the Césars, Baye became an icon of 1980s French cinema. During this decade, she was often praised for her ability to embody ordinary women in extraordinary circumstances, a relatable but layered presence. 1990s, diversification and risk-taking. La Balle les Pins, 1990, Diane Curie's, a bittersweet family drama set in the 1960s, where Baye played a mother dealing with divorce. Her performance was both warm and melancholic. Jours tranquilles et clichés, 1990, Claude Chabrol, a daring adaptation of Henry Miller's semi-autobiographical novel, showcasing Baye's willingness to take risks with bold material. Un cœur en hiver, 1992, Claude Sauté, a film about love and betrayal in the world of music, where Baye starred alongside Daniel Auteuil and Emmanuel Bayard. The film was widely acclaimed for its subtlety and precision. Critics in the 1990s highlighted Baye's refusal to be pigeonholed. She moved between comedies, melodramas, and art films with ease. 2000s, resurgence and international reach. Catch Me If You Can, 2002, Steven Spielberg. Baye appeared as Paula Abagnale, Frank Jr.'s French mother. Though a supporting role, it was significant in bringing her to international audiences. The Flower of Evil, La Fleur du Mal, 2003, Claude Chabrol. She reunited with Chabrol in this dark family drama, playing Anne, a politician navigating scandal. Her elegance and composure contrasted with the film's darker undertones. The Little Lieutenant, Le Petit Lieutenant, 2005, Xavier Beauvois, perhaps her greatest later career triumph. As police commander Caroline Vaudieu, battling alcoholism and personal loss, Baye gave a performance of raw honesty and restraint. Winning the César for Best Actress once again, she confirmed her place among the giants of French acting. 2010s to 2020s, veteran presence. Foxfire, 2012, Laurent Cantet, an adaptation of Joyce Carol Oates's novel, Baye played a supporting but memorable role. It's Only the End of the World, Just la fin du monde, 2016, Xavier Dolan. Playing the mother in Dolan's emotionally intense family drama, Baye brought tenderness and humor to a story filled with tension. The film won the Grand Prix at Cannes. Mocha, 2016, Frédéric Mermoud, a psychological thriller where Baye starred alongside Emmanuel Devos. The film highlighted her ability to generate suspense and empathy in equal measure. Recent work, 2020s. Even in her 70s, Baye continues to take on roles that allow her to explore complex, layered women, balancing maternal figures with more enigmatic presences. Critical reception and persona. Critics often describe Baye as naturalistic. She avoids over-theatricality, making her characters feel lived in and real. Versatile, moving effortlessly between commercial hits and auteur cinema. Elegant yet approachable. Unlike some of her peers who embody distant glamour, Baye often plays characters audiences feel close to. Fellow actors admire her professionalism and subtlety, often noting that she can dominate a scene without raising her voice. Her strength comes from presence, not force. Cultural legacy: one of the few actresses to win 4 César Awards, across both supporting and leading categories. She stands alongside Catherine Deneuve, Isabelle Huppert, and Juliette Binoche as one of the pillars of modern French cinema. Her daughter, Laura Smet, carries on her artistic lineage, making Baye a symbol of continuity in French film. Known as the quiet force of French cinema, not always the flashiest star, but deeply respected and enduring. Influence on younger generations: Nathalie Baye has often been cited as a role model for actresses who wish to combine career longevity with artistic integrity. She never allowed herself to be locked into one type of role, and this fluidity has been inspirational. Laura Smet, her daughter with Johnny Hallyday, Baye's daughter, followed her into acting, making her debut in Les Cours Impatience, 2003. Critics often draw comparisons between Smet's intensity and Baye's quiet magnetism. Baye has been supportive yet discreet, never overshadowing her daughter's career. Contemporary French actresses, stars like Marion Cotillard, Virginie Efira, and Léa Seydoux have cited earlier generations, including Baye, as paving the way for women to play more diverse, multidimensional roles. Generational bridge. Baye belongs to a lineage that stretches from the French New Wave, inspired by Truffaut and Godard, to modern auteurs like Xavier Dolan. This gives her a unique cultural position as a bridge between eras. Theater and television. While cinema has been her primary medium, Baye has consistently returned to theater and television throughout her career, demonstrating her commitment to the craft rather than to celebrity. Stage. She has performed in French classics and contemporary plays, often in intimate productions. Baye has said that theater offers a kind of discipline and immediacy that film does not. Critics admire her for bringing the same naturalism of her screen work to the stage. Television. In France, she has appeared in TV movies and miniseries, ranging from period dramas to police thrillers. Notably, her performances in crime dramas on television foreshadowed her César-winning role in The Little Lieutenant. Unlike some film stars who treat television as secondary, Baye embraced it as an extension of storytelling, another reason she has remained relevant for decades. Personality and philosophy. Nathalie Baye has often been described as discreet, modest, and deeply professional. She rarely seeks the spotlight outside of her work, and her interviews are marked by intelligence and restraint rather than flamboyance. Baye has emphasized.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.